Hi, I'm Steph and this is your PMC extract guide for Interchange. We are going to start at Railroad Extract. So on the map right now, we are here. We'll go to the Railway Exfil to see how that looks like. Then we're going to go to Transit and we're going to go on the map just like this. And then I'm going to show you the ones inside. The ones inside, we're going to show this and this. And afterwards, we're going to go to the safe room. So let's go for Railway Exfil first. Main Street has two important things. It has one transit to the end and one transit to the other end. But Railway Exfil is on that side. So let's go see how that looks like in Raid. Right, this is the main road. You see Ultra there as an indicative you're in the right place. If you're holding your back against the mall, the extract is on that side. You see the crane? We passed the crane and it's got to be in the corner. Alright, we are right here at the Railway Exfil. This is your first extract. Next to that, even behind those, behind there as well, that's the full extract. Next stop, we're gonna go from Railway Exfil, we're gonna go back on the street here. This is Transit to Streets. Let's see how it looks like in game. From the extract, if we want to go to Transit to Streets, we're gonna have to go underneath this unfinished highway until we meet the street, the first street we meet here. We're gonna take a left. Okay, this is the first street we met. We hovered over this, and Transit to Streets is right here. Good. From Transit to Streets, we're gonna go to the next one. It's gonna be a long run. We can go behind this, like hug the walls and get there. We can go somewhat in the middle, or we can go on the main street. I highly recommend taking path 1 or path 2 rather than path 3, because path 3 you are exposed to people sitting on power. So let's go to power station and see how that looks like in game. We are at Transit. As I said, we gotta keep the wall to our left. Again, the pathing is definitely your own choosing, but you have to make sure that you aren't spotted easily. There could be people sitting in that tower, so be sure to swipe that. Like, not swipe, but look at it and see if anyone is there. I am gonna go on the street for the sake of getting there fast. As I said that, I go in the water. I do think this path is the safest though. I would say if you aren't very comfortable of exposing yourself too much, I would say just go between the trees. But it might confuse you a bit. But as long as you have the wall to your left, you're going in the right direction. And the mall to your right, of course. Let's go all the way until you meet the fence of the building, of Power Building. That is what people call power. Why it's called power, I will show you when I show you the last extract of the map. Because this building is relevant. Okay. We reached the walls. Fortunately, they added a crack here, which you can go through. Okay, so this is the power building. The extract is behind it on the street. It's not 100% spawn. It is a vehicle extract. And you have to pay money for it. So make sure you have rubles on you at all times when you come to Interchange, because sometimes you might have to take this extract. Unfortunately, the extract is not available this raid, but it is exactly here. We are on this little street. Do not pass this. The Jeep will be here. Imagine there is a black Jeep here. And that, my friends, is Power Station Vehicle Extract. From here, there are two extracts that are very close by, and they are under the mall. So we are at Power Station. We're gonna go on this road a bit, and we're gonna go inside here. Inside here means actually here. One is Smugglers Tunnel. From Power Station, we go through here. We go in the underground, and we're gonna see Smugglers Tunnel. I'll show you where that is. Cool. We are at Power. And I repeat the same phrases over and over again, but it's the way to always know where you are. And especially if you're new to the game, sometimes just having someone repeat the things, your brain just, picks them up and remembers them afterwards. So we pass the walls from power. We know we're in the right direction as long as the mall is to our right. There is going to be an opening that will let us go under the mall right here. So that is the parking spot. Well, there is a parking lot that is as big as the mall, correct? So this is one entrance to the underground parking. So here we take a right. And the extract is in that corner. What I need you to understand is that this extract can be easy and can be hard. Can be easy if the Gila doesn't spawn here. You have two entrances here. There is no other entrance here. You either go through this car, like this, or you vault on these boxes. Ideally, if you have a nade, a flash, or a smoke, you throw them to here if the Gila is here. This is now at the Gila spawn. The Gila doesn't spawn only on factory anymore. He spawns here as well. But let's say the Gila is not here, or you already killed him. The extract is in the corner right here. So we're gonna go all the way in the corner. And we're gonna find a door. And it's this door. But why isn't it showing? It's not showing because you need a certain item for this extract. So for Smugglers Tunnel, so in order to be able to use the Smugglers Tunnel extract, which we are next to, we do need the Interchange Underground Utility Plan. This plan can be found in Scav's pocket, it can be found on Killa, it can be found on Tagilla. It can be found, I've even found it in filing cabinets. But if you do not have this utility plan, the extract in-game is not gonna show as active and you're not gonna be able to use this door. But that is another extract. From here, we're gonna go to the Scav Camp, right? So we are at Smugglers, we're gonna get out. We're gonna go one level even further, and it's Scav Camp. Scav Camp is a co-op extract, right? This one, you need a PMC and a Scav to extract. So let's see how it looks like in game. We are, as I said, at Smugglers. We get out. So getting out is either the same through the car, or my suggestion is, I'll go through the car, just vault over it. Okay, so that is the entrance we got in from. And the ramp there is where we need to go for the co-op extract. In the past, the co-op extract was on the main road, but now it's here under. So you go all the way here. And the extract is here to our right. As I said, you need to have a Scav and a PMC in order to be able to use this extract. Cool. So we are at the Scav Camp. Safe room we leave for the last. From here we will go. Oh, we are on this map and we are somewhere around here. We will go to Emercom Checkpoint. Go all the way next to it and then Emercom Checkpoint. So let's see how Emercom Checkpoint looks in the game. We're gonna go back up the ramp and we're gonna get out of the parking lot. We entered through there. We're gonna exit through here because it's gonna be faster. In case you remember the old interchange, this used to be the no bag extract. Not anymore. So Emercom is all the way in that corner. And here again, don't necessarily run on the main street. I would suggest going behind those walls or even through here. As long as you can take any cover, I would suggest to take the cover. Always be careful that there are people usually trying to snipe from that point. And sometimes they're just waiting, you know, on different spots up there. That's why I'm saying maybe go behind the wall. But for the sake of the video and getting to the extract faster, we're not gonna do that. Emercom Checkpoint. If you know how to get to these ramps and to this side of the mall, Emercom Checkpoint is at this tent at the end of this street. That, my friends, is Emercom Checkpoint. From here, we're gonna go to transit to customs. So again, we keep the wall to our left, the mall to our right. We go all the way here, and I'll show you the transit. Keep the wall to our left, the mall to our right. This is a new little area next to Emercom. I would say it's worth looting. That has quite a few medical spawns. But also be careful because people are prone to sit in the tents and just camp others that come and loot. But we pass it and keep running forward. Again, keep your wall to the left, the wall to the right. We will reach the main street again. And the first extract I showed you was all the way at the end of that street. This street at the end in that side. That was railroad. And on this side, it's transit. So the end of the main street, on one side is transit to customs. This is where we look at. On the other end, transit to streets. Okay, now that we finally reached the main street, we are close to the extract. Again, be very mindful. People can sit in this bus. People can sit on the tents, behind this, inside these tents. I would say these tents are very worth looting. There's med bag there. Med bag here, med bag there. But the transit is next to this bus. This is transit to customs. So on the map, we are here. We're gonna go path to river. Path to river is a flare extract. So in order to be able to extract, you would need one of these. A green. So let's pop a stim and run all the way there. So from transit to customs, again, this is the main road. Of course, you can get from the other side where transit to street is, but we are now on this side, so I'll show you this side. You'll find the way, as long as you're on the main street and you keep the mall to your back and go that way, you will find it. You will find the extract. The idea is to always be mindful of signs. Do not cross the signs because you will get shot. You don't have walls at the end of this. You have signs, just like on woods, just like on shoreline. Just be mindful of that. Okay, once you reach the railroad, there's a good indication that you're on the right path. You can go even through that and all the way up, but we come from this side. So from this side, you're just gonna walk over on rocks. We're gonna climb on rocks and go to the light extract. Good. If you know how to reach this spot, you are so close to the extract. We're gonna go straight to the extract. So if we go on the road and just follow the road, we'll reach the extract without any issues. It's the easiest way. If you are lost, just look for the hanging container and just follow this road because it will take you to the evac. There we go. Be very, very, very careful here because this area doesn't show you that you will get shot, but if you cross this street, you get shot at. I am already in the signal flare area. You pop the flare. And then you go forward. Otherwise, you get shot. But we're not gonna take this extract. We're gonna go for the last one, which is safe room. For safe room, there's 3 important elements, okay? We're gonna go back to power station. We're gonna turn power on. And then we're gonna come in the mall, go up the stairs, and we're gonna find ourselves here. We're gonna go to the burger spot. And here you have to push a button. And then you have to go all the way down in the safe room, right? So after we push the button, we go down the stairs again. We go all the way here. And that will lead us here. And we have the safe room. Okay, it's a long way to go. So I'm gonna go back to power, and from power we'll go and show you how to get to the safe room extract. The idea with the safe room is that you need all these elements, and on top of that you also need a key card that has 10 uses. So for safe room, on top of all the power and everything I showed you, you need this card as well. We are back at the power building. So this is the first step for the final extract that I'm gonna show you guys. As I said, we are at power station. We have to go inside this little building and turn on power. This is the little building. And the power button is right here. That's the first step. Second step, we go on these ramps, we go through Goshen, we go on these stairs, and we go to the burger spot. Okay, let's do that. It's getting dark. It's fine. In the mall, there's gonna be light. We go all the way there. Gonna be nice and quiet here. We take a ride here and we get to Goshen. Definitely not ocean. Ocean. From here, we need to go on those stairs. And as soon as we get on top of the stairs, we go there. So we take a left from the stairs. burger spot. In the burger spot, we need to find the bathroom. Toilet. In the toilet, you do the flush. And this is where you have to swipe the key. You swipe the key here, 11SR, right? That's what we're talking about. We swipe the key, we are in burger spot. From burger spot, we go back down the stairs, right? Go back down the stairs. We're gonna be here. We go to the next flight of stairs and take a left. We go in the hole in the ground. So we get out the burger joint, go back at the stairs. We go down here. We take a left here. There's a hole in the ground here. We take a left and we go there. There's gonna be a hole in the wall. But we don't care about that. The extract is here. This is going to be open because you swiped the key. You open this, and when you go inside, that is going to be your final extract, which is safe room. And that is all the extracts for the interchange. I do hope this helps you extract more. Feel free to leave a comment if this was helpful, and I would love to know if you need any other type of guides after I'm done with the extract guides. I still have 2 more maps to go, but after that, I really want your feedback on what you would like to know more about Tarkov that isn't in any guides or is not explained maybe in the way you understand it. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.